Hi, I'm Paul Basolka, Ivy Masters Learning Center at ivymasters.com. Today we're going to look at Test 1, Section 4, number 29, which reads, for the polynomial p of x, the value of p of 3 is negative 2. Which of the following must be true about p of x? So what I'm going to do is illustrate something here, and then I'm going to give you a rule. And if you know this rule, then there's really no math to be done here. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make up a polynomial that when you plug the 3 in, you're going to get negative 2 as an answer. So here's my polynomial. 2x squared plus 3x minus 29. So where did I get that from? I just made it so that if I plug 3 in for my x, I'm going to wind up with negative 2. So notice, if p of 3 equals that, then I'm going to plug 3 in for each x, and I get 2 times 3 squared plus 3 times 3 minus 29. Then I get p of 3 equals 2 times 9 plus 9 minus 29. p of 3 equals 18, and then if I combine these two, I get minus 20, and p of 3, sure enough, equals negative 2. Now, there's other polynomials that I could have made up, but I'd have to go through every answer choice, because there's other polynomials that I could have made up that would leave me with more than one correct answer. So anyway, here, let's see, is x of negative 5, is x minus 5, answer choice A, is x minus 5 a factor here? Well, one way I could check that is I could do 2x squared plus 3x minus 29, and I could put x minus 5 as a factor, and then see if this factors evenly. Remember, you have to multiply the last two to get negative 29. There's no integer that you can multiply negative 5 by to get 29, so that's not going to work. Another thing you could do is, another answer choice here is x minus 2. Is x minus 2 a factor here? Again, negative 2 times nothing will give you, excuse me, negative 29. Is x plus 2 a factor here? So if I put x plus 2, 2 times nothing is going to give you negative 29. Another way you could set this up, usually, now look at answer choice D, it's talking about factors and remainders. Another way you could set this up is like long division of polynomials or even synthetic division. Now, to see in this form here, whether x minus 3 when divided in the remainder is negative 2, would be a little bit funny to do, but we'll do it and we'll see what happens. So if we put minus 3 in here, then we know that this has to be 2x, and the closest we could get to 29, a negative 29 here, is plus 9. And now let's see what happens when I FOIL and multiply it out. I get 2x squared, outsides I get plus 9x, insides I get minus 6x, and then lastly I get minus 27. And I get 2x squared plus 3x minus 27. Now you could see that here it's only off by 2. So it looks like, maybe the remainder would be negative 2. But usually you're used to dividing. When you see this word remainder, you're used to like long division. So you could also do that with polynomials. If I do x minus 3 going into this polynomial that I made up, 2x squared plus 3x minus 29, I would see that it goes in 2x times. When I multiply here, I get 2x squared. I got to multiply 2x by both the x and by the negative 3, minus 6x. And then when I subtract, I got to change the sign of both of these. These cancel. I get 9x minus 29. And now, how many times does x go into 9? It goes 9 times, so I put plus 9. When I multiply here, I get 9x minus 27. And then when I subtract, I got to change a sign, add them down, these cancel. And sure enough, I get -2. My remainder is -2, just as this says. So, as it turns out, answer choice D is going to be my correct answer. Now, one thing you could do here is you could do synthetic division here. That could be quicker. So, if I took my original, but I'm going to divide, so it says x minus 3 here. I'm going to put a positive 3 out here. And then I'm going to put the coefficient of each of these in my original up top. So I'm going to have a 2, a 3, and a -29. I bring down the 2, multiply these, I get 6, add them down, I get 9. Multiply these, I get 27, add them down, I get -2. So there's another way to say 2x plus 9. Here's my 2, here's my 9. And the remainder is -2, remainder -2. So once again, my remainder is -2. Now, here comes your rule, so that you don't have to do any work at all. The rule is, if P of 3 is -2, then notice the relationship here. The opposite of that 3 is -3. If P of 3 is -2, then when you divide x minus 3 in, -2 will always be your remainder. So as long as you follow that, you're good, and there's actually no work to be done at all here. My name is Paul, Ivy Masters Learning Center, ivymasters.com. If you like this video, click like. You could share it with someone who has trouble with this type of a question, which is pretty much everyone. If there's a question that you'd like to see, you could leave it in the comments. And make sure you click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Have a great day, everyone.